We're live. Thank God we are live. We have done that semi-correctly.
There are doubts?
Always. With my technical savvy and sharp IT skills, make no mistakes, there will always be doubts. And you're wondering, what does that sign say? Well, I'm glad you asked. Remember, everybody, this is just for entertainment purposes. Laugh, have a good time, enjoy. Don't burn me. Don't burn me.
The sign says, long-haired, freaky people need not apply.
I burn easy, and I'm not burning. So, what's going on, fellas? This is the team right here, the dream team.
Let me see which our names.
Let's see. Let me see which way I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see.
Or the nightmare team.
Well, yeah, there could be that. I don't know which way I'm gonna go. Let me see here. Let me see.
I think you should really change it up and start with you.
Kevin Corbley. Okay, we're gonna start today. Dead center. We're gonna be right here. This is the spot. Yours truly, Duncan Ramon Echevarria, your Cigar Consigliere.
I'm Seamus.
The Irish stallion has put on a little weight,
just a little bit,
just enough to get him to that level of fluffiness.
I'm going for heavyweight.
Seamus Tolle, better known as Mike Striegel.
There you go.
Right there.
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, I had to be in disguise somewhere.
Has lost a ton of weight.
I'm going to cut them both.
The guy, right? He's on that keto-esque program. Mike Striegel by way of Seamus Tolle. Have at it. Look at him. The style, the joie de vivre. That's French, by the way, for all you guys who are, non-speakers. That's French.
Go back home, Froggy.
God Almighty, the violence! I can feel it happening right now. Kevin, what's happening? Say a what? What?
How do you say "eat me" in French?
I'd really rather not, because you're, no, I'm not gonna say it, because it's. Or I don't want you to say it. Three guys should not say "eat me" in any language in the same room. I'm gonna just put that out there.
I kind of concur.
Thank you. I mean, in no language does that doesn't end good at all. I mean, no, not at all. I'm not that well. Certain communities it works out. Here, just not good. Not that good. No. So let's continue, shall we? You're good. Okay, Mike, we can continue, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're waiting on the main man himself, our guest of honor, Fouad Kashouty of Hiram and Solomon Cigars. I sent him the email link. Fouad, are you as technically minded as I am? Where are you, my friend? Where are you? So I'm hoping he'll.
Speaking of which.
Of who? Which?
Hiram and Solomon.
Hiram, it's Solomon. It's got that French thing. Hiram, it's Solomon.
What are you just selectively French?
I don't know. It's kind. I don't know, guys. It's been a rough day. It's been like a weird thing. I don't know.
So I had.
Go ahead.
I had the Veiled Prophet on.
Nice.
Tuesday, and then I had the Traveling Man earlier this morning.
Okay, we're talking about the little Lanceros. Yes. Good stuff.
I still have not smoked those yet.
So I found the flavors on the Veiled Prophet were better. Just overall, because I'm more of a fan of a Maduro.
Okay, and I believe that's that Brazilian Maduro or something like that. If I remember what we were looking into when we were talking about those cigars the other day.
However,
there's a however, by the way.
The Traveling Man was a more enjoyable cigar. Had a better finish.
That's interesting. I like that dichotomy right there. The fancy word, dichotomy.
Yeah, big words. So the Traveling Man was very smooth, creamy, and mellow all the way through.
Looks like we have a visitor.
Oh, wait a second!
Oh boy!
Look at that! I believe I see a friendly face. I see a handsome young stallion looking at us. And let's go ahead and bring him in real quick, everybody, and let's see if this works. Oh my goodness, Fouad, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
We're now better because you're there, sir.
All right. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute.
Take your time.
All right.
Please. I'm glad you're here with us. Oh man, it's exciting. I like this. This is nice. He does have pants on. He is wearing pants. That I was concerned about that. But he does have pants.
Do you know something the rest of us don't?
No.
Okay.
I mean, Seamus brought it up. I didn't. I mean, I'm glad he does. He's wearing pants. That's good. It's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Pants.
Always a good thing.
Big fan of pants.
Yeah, I'm huge into pants, dude.
Pantsuits are okay.
Pantsuits are fantastic. Let me see. No, let's just do this one right here. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
No, actually I can't because that's the one. So we're all there. Okay. We're good. You're good. We're good. All right. Adam Collins, Dos Pistolas is watching right now. Yeah. So we really gotta be on our best Shabenga Benga behavior.
Not a chance.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just saying. Hey Adam, as you're watching, Mike told me today, I mean, and definitely, it's you and I are fans. We lost a true American patriot, and in my opinion, a great man. We lost Rush Limbaugh. So my thoughts and prayers are, of course, with the Limbaugh family and everybody in his organization.
Yep.
He fought the good fight because let me tell you,
Stage 4 lung cancer.
He threw all his money, all his resources, and
Cigar Man.
I mean, and yes, and if anybody could have done it, he did it. So he threw everything he could at it, but it was what it was, man. May he rest in peace, and hopefully his legacy lives on. So
I wonder if the Democrats are going to say good riddance, or are they going to try to jump?
Oh,
on
Twitter was not a good place for to be reading if you were a Limbaugh fan.
Yeah, well, they can all lick it, Yeah.
Fouad,
you're there.
Yes, I am here.
My man. So we were just saying, I've listened to this gentleman all for many, many years, and I heard today that Rush Limbaugh passed away. So I always tell everybody, whichever way you go politically, man, he was still somebody that set a standard, set a bar, and, my prayers, of course, always to the family. So
whether you agree or you don't agree with him or whatever, but he did make his mark one way.
Exactly, my man.
That's exactly right.
So let me dive into this real quick before we get to know who you are and what we're going to be talking about. Seamus just said something very interesting, and I think you're the only guy who can counter these statements. You said you smoked the Veiled Prophet early this week.
That was
Tuesday.
Yesterday.
And what were your thoughts on the Veiled Prophet?
I liked it. It was a heavier cigar. Being a Maduro and a Lancero, you have a lot of that wrap relief.
Okay.
And a lot of the flavors were very bold, and I like that. I like a bold cigar. And it was about 12:30, 1 o'clock after lunch. So
good time. There's never a bad time for a good cigar. That's just what I'm saying.
I had lunch, so it didn't knock me over.
So then the other statement, the other follow-up was you smoked
the Traveling Man.
The Traveling Man.
Also in a Lancero.
When was it today? When was it?
That was earlier today.
And what were your thoughts on that one?
I liked it better than the Veiled Prophet. Because
both of them in Lancero, right?
Yes. I split what you sent me with the boys so they could also, because they enjoy smoking the some classic sizes like the Lanceros.
Yep.
So now let me say this real quick. Seamus is a truck driver. He's a Marine. He enjoys very full-bodied, very strong, heavy flavored cigars. Correct, Jim?
Yeah, because I'm a tough guy.
Yeah. So the fact that he enjoys Lanceros is interesting because normally he smokes something a little bit on the bigger ring gauge size.
Right.
It's classic for a lot of truck drivers. Have you gotten such diverse commentary, which I'm sure you have, from your Lanceros? What are people talking about them? Let's begin with that, and then we're going to dive into you.
All right. Yes. We have our wife joining us also.
Oh, wow.
Fabulous. You guys got to behave.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, Lancero. It's, as you know, it's a very hard. I mean, you know, Duncan. It's a one of the hardest sizes to technically to roll and to make sure that it's gonna. So, Lancero is one of the least cigars. Again, you know that, Duncan, yourself, and
Yes,
I'm
sir.
one of the guys that they are least appreciated between smokers, and to a point where at certain time it was almost a dying size.
I agree wholeheartedly with that.
Yes. So the last year or so, I would say 2 years ago, when we saw many brands bringing the Lancero back to life and introducing it again. One of the article that when I was talking with Boston Jimmy from Stogie Press, I urged him to have an article about how to smoke a Lancero, because people do not know how to smoke the Lancero. They smoke it as a big rank gauge. They smoke it very fast, and or they see it as less of a premium cigar, when actually it is the opposite, totally the opposite.
I call the Lancero almost, and again, this is my interpretation, I call it a gentleman's cigar.
Totally, I totally agree with you.
When I look at some of the classic smaller ring gauges, you know, like the Lonsdales, the Panetelas, the Lanceros, the Petit Coronas, I've always seen them as, like, back in the days, the nice gentleman's cigar.
Would you say it's a Ferrari or a Mercedes?
Interesting enough, I would say it's a vintage Mercedes style smoking. That's when I hear, oh, what a stunning woman.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. So we are Los Tres Maduros, the three Maduros. I am at your service, Duncan. This is my good friend Mike Striegel here.
How you doing?
And of course, this is our third wheel, but our strongest wheel because he's younger. This is Seamus Tolle.
We got it right this time.
I think we did. We did. So
enjoying the conversation. I could overhear it anyway. So carry on, please.
Yeah. So it is one of the most ignored size. As I said recently, we see more people start appreciating it. More people talking about it. More retailers selling it, and some of the retailers, they even have a section now for the Lancero where they have the Lancero from all the brands in one section.
I've seen that, yes.
When we first introduced the Traveling Man Lancero, we were very concerned, was it going to sell or not? And our first batch of 750 boxes disappeared in 6 weeks. And this is where we went for another production, and then we introduced the Veil Prophet. Now, I hear what you're saying. Even though you do like the full body, as you mentioned, but you like the Traveling Man Lancero more than the Veil Prophet, even though the Veil Prophet, it's a heavier cigar, in my opinion, than the Traveling Man. But at the end, like, it's that what you like, that's what you like. I mean, my wife's favorite between the two Lancero is the Traveling Man, right?
It is, absolutely. Yes.
Mine
but I like the Veil Prophet in a Toro.
Right.
But I think it's a fantastic blend also. The Veil Prophet is the one that has the Arapiraca as the wrapper, which I absolutely, I'm a huge fan of Brazilian tobacco. I think that's also had a huge resurgence in the past few years as a wrapper of choice. I don't want to give too much credit to the CAO Amazon base and any of that nonsense. Right. But again, props to them. I think that they also brought to light a lot of the Brazilian rappers. The CAO Brasilia also has been around forever, but no one really thought about, it's, you and a handful of great boutique owners, brand owners, have really brought to light the lesser known, higher grade tobaccos that are out there. I think I believe that one of them has Paraguayan tobacco in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So again, when you hear that, you're like, wow, where's this coming from? This is amazing. And that's the great blending that is done on your end to create beautiful cigars that have great transitions, complex flavors, smoothness, and again, an elegance, if you will, in whatever size. But
I agree. Thank you. Yes, we did use the Paraguayan. When we first used the Paraguayan tobacco, it was in the Connecticut, the Enter Apprentice, and for me, I mean, Connecticut, it's a boring cigar, one-dimensional, I call it.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted it to give it a little kick, and that's why the master blender at Plasencia suggested, let's put some Paraguayan in it. He likes it, and when we smoked it, we liked it, and it took us 27 different tries to come up with the final blend of the Enter Apprentice, and this is where we used it, and we used it in 2 other cigars also.
Real quick, we have Dave Siegel and Bugsy Siegel again, or maybe it's Bugsy and in his alter ego.
Mm-hmm.
They're watching. Bugsy Siegel is a distributor for Pura Sol Cigars. Robert Wright, wonderful guys, amazing. We had them a couple of weeks ago. Just really, really spot on. I love those guys. But real quick, Fouad, I'm gonna jump into this because a lot of times you seem to be the face that we all see, but there is there's a business partner, George or Nasir George the Crack.
Yes.
Okay, so is it? Are you the more vibrant, the more charismatic of the two? I mean, I always see
my husband, right?
I don't know. It's funny because I always see him. And I mean, and I'm on social media always. You're it, man. I mean, is George the shy type?
No, George is not the shy type in any way or shape. It just happened that we started this together, and but as of he has a couple of other businesses that he runs. So he'd rather not to be too much in the spotlight. But
right.
As of technically January 1st, George is no longer associated with the company.
Okay. And again, my apologies if I, said something. Again, I love you guys both because, again, that's what I saw on my research. And for what I was going to say real quick, I don't know if your wife knows this. I stalked you for a while.
Yes.
A few years ago, I harassed him. I stalked him. And I was down in South Carolina. And I kept saying, man, I saw you come out on Cigars and Spirits magazine. We need to have your cigars down here. I don't know you, but I love you. Your stuff is amazing. People keep asking, when are we going to bring it in? I harassed you for a long time. And you said, well, Duncan, we're going to go to the Vegas show at the time. And then after the Vegas show, when we come back, and it was a whole lot of stuff that was going on in those years. But when you came down, I told the story, you personally brought our first order to Tobacco Plus. And I was, man, it was everything I had hoped for and more. So sometimes stalking people online is not a bad thing. I'm just saying.
Duncan, we've been doing this for quite some time now. And eventually, even the likers or the ones who prefer to smoke different brands, we're friends. That's how the family of Hiram and Solomon is growing. So you said you were stalking Fouad. It's not stalking because you like the brand, hence you liked Fouad, because we always associate the person behind the cigar to the person. You want to learn about the person. You want to know about the person. Wherever we go, people love to listen to the story behind this. The creation, probably for the thousands of times repeated, and it's always a pleasure for them to hear it. And we like it. We like this interaction. Sometimes we have friends who smoke different cigar at the same place of a Hiram and Solomon event, and we enjoy to chat.
I'm gonna tell you what, we at Doña Noli's, when we had this shop, we have been smoking Hiram and Solomon for quite some time. We have actually a couple of guys who are that's all that they really enjoy smoking. Real quick, we have Kerr Viajante. Kerry is on, and I know you know him. Kerr Viajante of Stogie Road Cigars, one of our good friends.
Yes, absolutely.
One of my best friends.
How did you stalk him?
Oh, Kerry and I, it's a love-hate relationship, man. There's even a fight. I think there's even a fight in the parking lot. Get away from me! Get away from me! I think so. Real quick, we have Alberto Valencia from our good friends in Bilba Club in Mexico. And real quick, muy buenas tardes a todos nuestros queridos amigos en Latinoamérica. Que Dios me los bendiga. De verdad que es un honor tenerlos a todos ustedes. Alberto, muchas gracias. Bendiciones. We always definitely want to be inclusive to everybody. We tend to forget that.
Hola, México.
Yeah, que la mayoría de las personas que hacen este producto son latinos y no nos podemos olvidar. We cannot forget that these wonderful, beautiful people who are Latino are making these amazing products.
Absolutely right. Yeah. With lots of love, these people adore what they're doing. This is amazing.
Oh my God!
It's a live product. You can feel the spirit of 200 people who touched some way or another the cigar, the stick before it gets to your hand.
My dream is being touched 200 times. I don't know if that's right or wrong.
Okay.
I'm feeling I'm in good company here. Maybe I should leave it back to the north.
A little saucy humor never hurts anybody.
Absolutely.
Let me ask Fouad. I'm sure you've been asked a million and one times. You are the real deal. You are a Mason. It's not that, hey, I'm gonna do this and no. You are a Mason.
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, follow-up question to that is my cousin told me, be careful. My cousin is a 32nd degree with Scottish Rite. So he said, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
Yes.
And I said, I understand, I gotta be careful. He goes, ask him what was the inspiration, what if it all came from your Masonic heritage or teachings. They said, you know what, this is beautiful. I want to represent this now in cigars. Was that something? I'm sure you've been asked that, but I think it's a beautiful tie-in, man. I remember the original boxes because I still have one of those, and I think people just love you because of you being the real deal.
Thank you, Duncan. Thank you. Yeah, Duncan, I've been a Freemason, as we call it. We call ourselves Freemasons because we chose to join from our own free will and accord. So we are Freemasons. I've been a Mason for about 25 years. Now, Masons or active Masons are very connected to the symbol, the square and compass that you see in our cigars. You see it at the lodges and stuff like this. Mm-hmm. And about 7-8 years ago, we were sitting in the lodge. Technically, I brought the cigar culture to our local lodge here in New Jersey, in Barnegat, and we grew our membership. We tripled it in a couple of years just because of the cigar brotherhood and the Masonic brotherhood that combined together. We were looking to fundraise for a scholarship, and nobody had good ideas. And I said, there's something in my head always. I always wanted a cigar that carries our symbol. Why we don't roll 1,000 cigar and we sell it? It cost us maybe about $5. We sell it for $10. Here, our $5,000 for the scholarship. And that was our beginning 6 years ago. Now, it took us about a couple of years to get the support of the Grand Lodge to say, yes, we are behind you. And their condition was, if you're going to put the symbol on the cigar, you need to have a premium cigar, not just a cigar. You need to have a high-quality cigar that matches the caliber of the brothers in this fraternity. And secondly, no sexuality. Sexy is okay, but no sexuality. So we will refuse to have our cigars put on boobs or stuff. Anybody can do whatever they want, but we will not repost anything that has sexuality, extreme sexuality in it.
I respect that a lot. Let me just add to that. And there's a lot of different cigar groups out there. There's a lot of cigar clubs and whatnot. And I always say, as a retailer, I have a guideline that I like to educate people on how to buy a cigar, what to do, all that stuff. So to me, when you say stuff like that, I approach a lot of these groups, a lot of these clubs and say, listen, how you do your things is you. How I do them is me. I respect this product a lot. If you're a beautiful woman and you want to have a cigar on a bikini, hey, again, that's beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. But I'd rather, believe it or not, at the end of the day, this is what I do. This is what I know, and I appreciate that. And and I've known amazing women who are part of the cigar culture. They happen to be stunningly beautiful women. You are side by side with one right now, but they don't need to do any of that stuff. They don't. They hold the cigar. they smoke a cigar, they enjoy
People
it.
need to learn to respect this.
It's class. It's classy.
Yeah.
It's
Classy.
noble. It's more than classy. It's noble. I
Yeah,
always
absolutely.
You know what really upset me more than the ladies who are free to do whatever they do is explicit sometimes. You just can, swipe and move. But
I
sometimes
agree.
when people put this noble thing, I really think it's noble, on a dish with fried chicken or a steak. Man, this is a respectful issue in life. Just don't put it there. You don't put it on your dish, on your mashed potatoes. It doesn't make it sexy anyway. Just respect
to me, there's a certain, and I'm not saying it like this because I want to ask about the one that we're smoking now. By the way, we're smoking the, and I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong. I believe it's called the Curamos.
Curamos, yes.
Curamos. Yes.
But here's the thing: all the symbology, and no, look it up. It's a real word. I'm telling you.
He's right. Symbology.
All the symbology and symbolism that is utilized in these beautiful rings, you got to respect that. You can't just, take it for granted. You thought so much.
In
Thought
any
so much about it.
Duncan, since our connection with the Masonic Brotherhood, and I'm gonna make it short, that we started with that 1,000 cigars about 6 years ago, and from there on, from being a hobby, it grew to become a double full time, took over our life. We are right now in over 500 lounges in the United States and about 30 countries. So we became probably the fastest growing boutique brand the last 2-3 years in a row, and that definitely attribute to the support of the brothers, that they go to cigar lounges and ask for the brands to be there. And also that luster will go fast. If you don't have a good product that support that, the brothers, the Masonic brother can buy a cigar once or twice or 3 times, and then they will stop.
Yeah.
We had great product. I'm very proud to say that we can compete with any product in the market in there. There's great brands, great blends there, and we can stand with our head high with any brands in the market, definitely. It may seem some arrogance there or not, I don't know, but that's how we are. We did many blind tasting. We did many blind tasting with major brands, and we took #1 spot, which brings us to the name.
The day that I was reading at you, I wanted your product. You were on the cover of Cigar and Spirits magazine. You were voted #1 for that year by that magazine. So what you created speaks boldly.
Thank you.
The beauty of it as well that is associated with it, whether it's all the artwork that goes along with it or not, would fall short completely if there was not quality inside that ring. Let me just say it like that. You have a great supporter, Robert Brown.
Robert Brown, great guy. One of I really owe big time to him. Owe it to him to help me. He helped me a lot, Brother Brown.
And going now to that, I have told a lot of folks as a retailer consultant, you could be handed the prettiest looking cigar, the prettiest ring, the prettiest box, but if what is inside that ring does not meet that criteria of quality, at some point you're not gonna buy it anymore. Like,
you might buy one. Or two.
The novelty of it, get a couple, but if you, like you said, you're the Freemason brothers, if you're not giving them something that's quality, they're like, we love Fouad, but it's just a pretty cigar. That's all that it is, Yes,
I totally agree with you. Yeah.
So you spot on.
But the names of the cigars, each one of our cigar line has a name that it is connected to the Masons that signify either an historical event or a degree or a name in the Masonic fraternity that gives it more meaning. And originally, this cigar was meant only for the Masons. That's why the names and it makes sense for them when somebody's smoking the Enter Apprentice, which happened to be the first degree of the Masons, brings them back to that memory when they took their degree. Same with the Fellowcraft, same with the Master Mason. So every cigar, every name that we have comes with the history, comes with memories, comes with the attachment to that name or to that event that happens. The Curamos, by the way, actually, it's our newest production, and that was for the new Grand Master of New Jersey. And his motto for his year was "We care for each other." And after extensive research, my wife, actually, I credit that to her. She found the word "Curamos," which means "we care" in Latin.
And also, believe it or not, and if I may just add to that,
Sure.
It is the root word in Spanish to curar or to heal. So curamos, it becomes in Latin the root origin word in Spanish when we hear to cure, to heal, which translates into the vernacular English, of course, cure. There's this caring in there. There's love. So that choice, first of all, by going with the Latin root of it, just transcends so many different things, man. I love linguistics. I truly like stuff that has deep meanings, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to ask the guys now to say a little bit about what they're smoking, what they're getting out of it. And then I'm going to jump in and say what I'm. Seamus, he's got the better palate of the three of us. So I would usually start with him because he'll tell me all the stuff that he's getting. Go ahead. No pressure.
So before I lit the cigar on the cold draw, I got a good bit of leather.
What you're smoking, by the way? What you're smoking right now?
The Curamos.
We're all
Okay. You're all smoking the same one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent.
So before I lit it, I smelled it. Duncan likes to say that people like stuff cigars up there.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, but just a little bit like of the wrapper, just to get to know the cigar before you light it.
The aroma, the bouquet.
Right. I got, like I said, leather and maybe like a little bit of cocoa, and it continued on the light up, and on the back side, just a very light hint of pepper, like black pepper,
zing.
like the table type pepper.
Nice, nothing wrong with it. Mike, what are you? Mike and I, we are not the guys that we'll never be reviewers. Let me just say it like that. Never.
And mine is starting way off today because I'm fighting a head cold.
Okay, he's fighting a head cold, not COVID, just a head cold.
Yeah. So I really can't smell anything, and my taste is way off. So it's mostly
good tobacco.
Great tobacco.
There you
with
go.
a little bit of, I can taste a little bit of pepper in it, but since my taste is way off, I can't taste anything other than that.
I'll tell you then what I'm getting. I definitely get the little zing of a soft pepper. Now, to me, when the pepper is not intense, I switch it to what I call the softer baking spices, like the cinnamons, the nutmegs. They have a little heat, but they have a sweetness to them, which I thoroughly enjoy, and they don't overwhelm the burn factor. The umami, which is actually the physicality of what's happening in my mouth when I take a nice big puff, it's a creamy sensation of like smoke encompassing my tongue. It's velvety, very enjoyable. I get some earthiness and classic wood along with well-aged tobacco. Again, I'm not a reviewer. These are just what I look for as my core solid flavors that I know I look for. And it's a heavy cigar, but it's not overwhelming.
Medium plus.
Medium plus for us,
yeah.
because we smoke very heavy, the three of us. So I would say I'm not going to give this cigar to a novice. If you never smoked a cigar like this, I'm not going to give it to you. But I think it's very well balanced. I love the feel all the way around it.
It's solid.
It's solid,
not crunchy, but it's not mushy.
Yeah, there's no mushiness. There's no solid heaviness to it either. It's well constructed. The draw is fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, the draw is freaking on point. Very, very, very enjoyable. And that we're only maybe like at the first third, so I'm looking forward to what happens afterwards. Edric, Black Smoke, what's going on? Edric Green, love this guy, man. He's a fantastic guy from the firm. A truly amazing support group of cigar guys. Alberto says, ¿cuál sería el formato favorito o más comercializado? Which means I believe that what would be the the most sold version of your brands? I think that's what he's trying to say. Or what's the most sold blend within your brands?
The Traveling Man. The Traveling Man is our number one seller.
El viajante o el hombre que camina en español es uno de los grados o niveles de la masonería libre, Alberto. No sé si lo traduje correcto, pero ahí está. Again, I'm always sometimes having to, when I translate certain things, I want to make sure that at least I give as accurate a translation as possible so that no one is lost in that at all.
Traveling is our most accepted among smokers, heavy smokers or light smokers. And second in line will be the Master Mason and the Grand Architect. It's catching up very fast, and we expect that probably this year will surpass the Master Mason.
I remember the Grand Architect. That's a really good one.
Yeah, and Mikey, by the way, next to me right here, he adores your Napoleons, which I told him the Napoleon is a little version of the Master Mason. It's insanely delicious.
You got 2 or 3 different blends in that one little pack, if I remember right.
No. This one it's a 5-pack, but it's all the Master Mason. Real nice, real rich, dark.
Okay, I could be wrong on that, but I thought it was more.
Now Fouad has some really beautiful 4 and 5 packs.
Yeah.
But that little smoke, when you don't have a lot of time, that is beautiful. I'm telling you.
I love those Napoleons.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you. We called it Napoleon because they're short smoke.
They're short dictators.
And history tells us that Napoleon was a Freemason himself. So that's where we came up with the name.
Yeah, well, an interesting thing. My father, rest his soul, told me many years ago something which I use to this day. He said, Napoleon Bonaparte had a saying. He said, men are not measured from the feet to the crown of their head. Men are measured from the crown of their head to the crown of heaven. And I never, ever forgot that because he was a man of short stature. But even when he was being taken to the Isle of Elba to be imprisoned, he told his entire servant staff, he goes, dress me slowly, for I am in a great hurry. He was still telling them, I'm still the emperor. You're going to take your time, and I'm going to look good because I am in a great hurry to get to where I'm going.
Yeah.
Again, I love the story of Napoleon. I love the fact that you have this beautiful small cigar that can give you so much in a short time.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Fouad, what was 2020 for you? I've asked this of all the brand owners that we've been interviewing. I know we all had a lot of tough times. Was 2020 a trying time? Was it a time to rethink things and maybe change gears? How did 2020 impact you?
2020 was a rough year, definitely. It started good. It was very challenging, extremely challenging, to a point where we debated many times whether to continue or to just give it up and say, we did what we can and we cannot continue. After many debates, and we decided to continue the first quarter of 2020, and we proved that by doing so, we did actually fantastic. We did not lose any business from the prior year. We kept our volume up, and we opened the new markets, international markets and domestic markets, and we're continuing with the new blends, and we are stronger than ever. Probably what attributed to us keeping that sales up, it's many of the retailers that sell online picked up whatever the cigar lounges that closed lost. So for us, it was the same sales. Some retailers sold less, but more. Some other retailers that sold online, and they adjusted and adapted to the new changes. And I always say, with any business, you need to adjust your sail. Same like the boat. When you are in the ocean and the wind hits you from everywhere, if you don't know how to adjust your sail, you will not be able to sail safely to where you're going. So we learn to adapt. We learn to adjust our sail. And right now, as I speak right now, last month, we opened the UK market. We opened Belgium, Dubai, Beirut, Russia, and Serbia.
Congratulations,
Nice.
congratulations. There is a question on the table. Alberto Valencia says, are you currently in the Mexican market? Can they be bought down there? Or do you have a distributor or a partner maybe? Apparently, he's excited about maybe down there.
No, we get a lot of demands from Mexico. We do not send ourselves. We don't sell online ourselves. We leave it to the retailers to do so. Okay. We are currently looking for a distributor in Mexico. That will be our next Mexico and Brazil. And as soon as we find a distributor to import them, we will be there. Meanwhile, there are some retailers that sell online that they can ship.
Absolutely.
So that they can go through that.
Alberto, mira, yo tengo la colección completa de los productos de Hiram & Solomon. Cualquier cosa que te interese, me puedes mandar directamente a mí. Yo mando internacionalmente. I do sell in Puerto Rico, Canada, Mexico. Already have clients down there. So I do sell your products out of the country as well. Alberto, anything you need, definitely alcánzame. Reach out to me. I got you. I'll take care of you 100%. And whatever you need, I'm sure Fouad and I will definitely take care of it. If you know someone that is a worthwhile person that obviously has the credentials, definitely let me know. I'll pass the information on to Fouad. Si hay información, con mucho gusto se la pasamos a Fouad. And right now, speaking of Puerto Rico, our good friend James Kirk, the captain of the USS Enterprise, which is officially parked in the waters of Puerto Rico, Roberto Salazar. Roberto, ¿cómo tú estás? All the best to you, my man. What a fantastic individual this guy is. He does Puros by Kirk. Wonderful show. Super knowledgeable, Fouad. He is an amazing individual and a true cigarologist. Also a real word. I made that word up, but it's real in my world.
No,
So
we salute him.
I love our Latino followers. We have a strong foundation, so we can never forget that. You know, a lot of us think, we're in the U.S. market. Yes, it is the strongest market in the cigar industry, but there's a lot of wonderful people out there who enjoy smoking what we smoke.
Yep.
Absolutely. And I mean, as you know, in Europe, about 4 years ago, probably what they call us the new world cigars were probably about 5%. Right now, as of last year, probably new world cigars, which technically everything outside Cuba,
correct,
were about 35 to 40% of the market in Europe right now.
Well, there's a huge drive right now to see what else is out there. I think that the global palette is growing, is expanding. Yeah. There's a search for quality, boutique, well-crafted cigars just outside of the standard, I'm smoking a Cuban. Well, okay, other than that, what else do you smoke? I mean,
some people, because they have more time on their hand now because of the whole global thing going on right now.
Yeah, but
branch out
COVID has also, in a way, worked to our favor. And there are places in the world that people have a little bit more time to say, you know what, I want to experiment.
Yeah.
I want to try some of these boutique cigar brands that are out there. How do I do that? So I'm super excited, man. You are a full-on international brand.
Yes, we are.
How much do you travel now currently with these developments? I mean, are you on the road a lot? Are you still more operational from your office? How is that working in your life right now?
One of the adjustments that we did, that we moved our offices home, and we moved the whole humidor home, and we do everything from home right now. But as at this moment, we outgrew our home, and we are in a process right now of opening a new warehouse, a new storage place, and new offices, and hiring more people, because right now my wife and myself do the whole job. We call retailers, we ship, we do the blending, we do everything. We came to a point where we need help now.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have a beautiful story, and I know that a good friend of yours and mine, Gabby Caffey, very similar. I mean, Vivian, his beautiful wife, side by side with him. All the time, the kids are in there with him as well. Just and I admire that. I love that because this past year we had to restructure ourselves. We went from a physical location to going virtual to good Lord. So now I'm also on the road looking for places where we can sell, which that's an exciting concept. I mean, I hadn't had to do that anywhere else, but I like it. I'm meeting new people. I'm traveling. I mean, I've been up to Virginia, South Carolina again. I mean, so it's really fun, but I love working from my house because I think now, one, I'm shaving off overhead, which that's also good. Two, I can really focus in the image and brand development that we're also working on. So when I see you, your wife, Gabby, his wife, Kerry with his, wife, Jennifer, I mean, I love the family side of a lot of us saying, you know what, let's concentrate a little bit more from home and let's regroup and let's rethink and let's continue with this love around us. And I think that makes us stronger for that. Honestly, I believe in that.
Absolutely. I mean, a little bit the upside side of working from home, it's work will never finish. You wake up, you're doing it. You're going to take a shower. Before you take a shower, we just look at things if there's something to be done. Before sleeping, we're technically working the whole time. But at the same time, it did pay off. And as I said, 2020 we saw our biggest growth so far. And we continue to do so in 2021 with the new markets, new blends, new sizes, and with the support of my beautiful wife here, that she does more than you can imagine.
I do most of your order, Duncan.
Thank you. Finally, thank you. That's all. That's a wrap. It's a wrap. That's all I wanted to hear. Cigars. That's all he does.
You mentioned family. It's my son who made the Kuramos label, the band that you have in your hand. It's all designed by him. He's an architect, but he gave some time for us, and he made this for us.
Awesome.
That's beautiful.
That's fantastic. Wow. I mean, again, I look at all your bands, at the labeling, at the boxes. Yes, all everything that goes into it. But I'm a purist. I'm a classicist. I take away all of that when I begin smoking a cigar, and I just focus on the cigars. And I have yet to honestly smoke one of your blends that has ever fell short, has disappointed, has never met what I wanted, my expectations. I mean, I've had folks that say, listen, take the bands off. Let's smoke the cigar. I don't want to know anything about the company. I don't want to know anything about the ring. I don't want to know anything. I want to smoke that cigar, and then let's talk. Let's see what that develops into.
We've done that once here before.
Yeah.
I brought in 3 different cigars, and we just had a blind taste test, and I have to go back and watch what we had, but they were all really, really good.
It's funny. This past Thursday, Kerry and his show, we had some wonderful people. We had reviewers, we had brand owners. I was blessed to be a part of that little group that was put together, which is supreme bunch of guys. And in my mind, I said, look at all these guys bringing such amazing wealth of knowledge. I felt like I was like the idiot of the group. Half the time I usually am, but
no, you're not. Trust me. You got to give yourself some credit. Lots of credit, actually.
It's the cigars.
A lot of respect for you, Duncan.
It's the cigars. I say, guys, I go back to it. And we had Lars Teaton and we had Kevin Shahan. We had so many great people, honestly. We had Daryl Everson, who was a fantastic reviewer. Des, I forgot what his last name. He's Irish in England. Just really, really amazing people. And I kept thinking to myself, is it me as a tobacconist that maybe I approach them from that perspective? Like, I want to be able to sell this product. I want to be able to sell your cigar always. So don't make it pretty. I tell them, please. I don't care if it's not pretty. Make it great tasting. Make it fantastic. And speaking of phenomenal individuals, we got Mike Bellotti. What's going on, Mike? Man, too long that we haven't seen each other. That gentleman right there, as well as
Mike. Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Guys. Without your help, guys,
nicely. I love Mike.
I could never have even lasted or done what I did. Like yourself, Mike Pelotti was there. He helped me out. Gabby has been there. Oscar Rodriguez has been there. Carrie, so many great individuals have said, Duncan, it's okay. We know it's tough, man. Keep going. I mean, that's one of the things he goes, we know it's tough, but keep going because we need you out there. You know, I don't hold back. If a cigar is good, make no mistakes. I will talk that cigar until we run out or the cigar is not made anymore at the end of the day. Yeah. So you, sir, and Mike Pelotti, I am forever in your debt because of your ethics, your morality, your honesty, your gentlemanliness, man. I love these guys, man. That's what it's all about.
Clearly, I mean, you still.
I stalked him for a year. I pursued him. I even knew what he was wearing when he was wearing it. I like that long frock coat you're wearing. I know it was a picture. It was cold. I guess he was wearing it.
Thank you, Duncan. Part of a brand, any brand that wants to be successful these days in social media time and stuff like this, is to first educate smokers and secondly to engage them. If you don't educate and engage your smokers, your customers, you're not going to be successful. And we try to hit that as best as we can. And hopefully we're doing it.
Well, I believe you have. Mike says he's blushing. Mike, you're a really white guy. I would love to see how much blushing you're doing. I love it. So you had touched upon it, and I was going to bring it up. I said, 2021, you already got 2021 apparently running off to a great start. What's the future of Hiram and Solomon and Fouad? Where do you see it 5, maybe 10 years down the line? Where are you at?
Duncan, a lot of people ask me always, who do you want to be? You want to be Fuente? You want to be Padron? Do you want to be whatever? I always tell them, I don't want to be Fuente. I don't want to be Padron. I want to be Hiram and Solomon.
There you go.
About it, all due respect to all these brands, and I have great respect for these gentlemen and these brands. I smoke all of them myself, but I want to be Hiram and Solomon. Our goal is technically to be a household brand cigar, and in every market and reachable to everyone. Our hashtag is everyone's cigar. We're not just for the Masons, which is the biggest misconcept with this, because people call us the Masonic cigar. And people sometimes call and say, I'm not a Mason, can I smoke this cigar? Or I'm a woman, can I smoke this cigar? Yes, you can smoke this cigar. And so our goal is to be in every hand, to be respected among the top brands, which we are so far, and we're going to continue to do so.
Well, I again, one of the reasons I look at my friends is they don't try to be anybody other than who they are. I love this kid because
he called us friends.
Yeah, I know. You guys aren't friends. There you go. Well, we'll go with that. We're gonna go with that. But from day one, Fouad, that these guys came into my shop a couple of years ago, they were exactly who they are today. Nothing has ever deviated. The friendship, the love, the caring, the understanding, the support. The fact that my mom calls these like this is like a grandson. This is her son. I mean, that is family. That is love right there. And I believe my mom is watching. Viejita, si estás mirando, te queremos mucho. My mom's always watching, so always watching. One, I've had to learn to be less. I can't drop a lot of F-bombs anymore.
Profane.
Yeah, that's profane. Yeah.
Big words.
But it's a good thing. It's muy bueno. I love the fact that my mom watches. So that is something that what you said to me strikes a beautiful note of honesty. Listen, I've been a Fuente guy for 20 plus years. I don't think I'm ever going to stop smoking them. But at the end of the day, I look for people who are individualized already. They say, you know what? I want to be Kerry Horney with Stogie Road. I want to be Fouad with Hiram and Solomon. I want to be Gabby Caffey. I want to be Oscar. Those are the guys that I'm like, those are my buds. Those are my brothers because they are so true to who they are. And that is beautiful. That's legacy building the right way.
Yes, thank you. And our goal at the end, we are in business, what I call it, we are not in business selling cigars. We're in business of giving you the experience through cigars. We sell experience, we sell engagement, we sell memories, because every cigar you smoke, whether right now or late before or later, it comes with some kind of memory. Every cigars that you smoke, there's a memory comes with it.
Absolutely.
And that's what we try to sell. We try to sell you memory, we try to sell you experience, and it just happened. We sell true cigars. That's how we do it. And
I love that.
To respect that fact, everybody to respect that cigar. And what we call it, I mean, we're big in masonry as far as the 5 senses. I want people to see that when we smoke a cigar, we don't just smoke it. We use our 5 senses to do it. We touch it, we look at it, we smell it, we hear it sometimes, and we taste it. 5 senses. And my wife said the 6th sense that comes with it.
Choosing, when you go to a humidor and there are like hundreds of, if not thousands of different choices, but that's what it relies on you feeling. What am I going to smoke today? They're all good, right? There are hundreds of good cigars out there. That's that moment when you know you love 10 maybe and you have to choose one. It's the feeling. Something is making you choose that cigar to pick it up.
I've had the pleasure of working in very large cigar environments down in South Carolina. The gentleman, I love them, the largest humidor in the entire state. And one of the things that, just to touch upon what you said, which I think is key, and Mike, you said that I've done it, it's an experience. And the experience is not a one-sided thing or a one-level thing, but I always say I'm a very spiritual person. I sometimes allow the cigars to speak to me. I'll walk into a humidor and I'll walk around for a little bit. I'm going to just look at things, and somehow I will gravitate to that cigar that says, let's do this.
Yeah.
And that spirituality, that bond, that feeling, that sensation of like, maybe I've never smoked it. Maybe that's why I want to smoke it. Maybe there's something in the imagery that captured me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the cigar wrapper looks so stunning. I said, man, that's got to be something that really I want to smoke. And I think we've all had some experiences like that,
Well, even if you smoke the same cigar on 100 different occasions, you go back to it because it draws you back into it.
Yeah.
And that's something that this cigar and the Traveling Man and the Veiled Prophet all had for me yesterday and today, is because I couldn't put it down. It invites you to keep drawing on it and to keep enjoying that cigar.
It's funny that you said that. I've done a cigar blind tasting and said, when a cigar has me thinking of a perfect cocktail that you just almost don't want to put down, I'm like, man, this cigar is like, I want to get almost drunk on that cigar, that it's so tasty, it's so enjoyable. And now these guys know me very well. I don't smoke fast. This is actually very fast smoking for me today.
Yeah.
I will take a cigar and it'll last me 3, 4, 5 hours because I stretch it out and I put it down. I test it. I cross every criteria, whether I leave it in my car, go back, and now I want to smoke it and see how it tastes. It was outside, it got hot, let me taste it. All these things to me build on the experience factor. And you're right, man. I know that I have memories that are family, friend, personal, of when I smoke certain cigars. I'm like, man, that's why I smoked that cigar. And it's spiritual. It's a feeling of pure bliss in that moment. I love it.
Absolutely.
It's health-wise. I'd always call it, this is like something is related to good health, because apart from the beneficial fact that it makes you relax and chill no matter what your day is going, you're going through a lot probably, you just chill, you decide to chill with a cigar. But then the best part is still your memory. It's good because it keeps on keeping you awake and aware of what's in the humidor and what blend is what for that moment of the day you want to try it. So it has a lot of varieties, and your brain is keeping on memorizing each and every blend for that moment you want to pick up the cigar, whether you want a Connecticut or you want a, I don't know, like a Ligero. You just choose the cigar. It's good for the memory, right? It helps.
So let me ask you now on that note, Fouad, what went through your head and through your heart when you saw your image in your cigar what was it, 4 or 5 years ago on the cover of that magazine. And I don't know if it had happened before, but I to me it was like, oh my God, this is the guy that I'm after. Oh my God, this is awesome. What went through your head and your heart when you were there? You were like, I'm on the cover of an international publication.
It's a prideful moment, and the most important thing when a moment like this comes, to remember who we are and stick to our values and stick to who we really inside are. We are still the same people. We can be in 10,000 magazines. At the end, if the love of people and love of the smokers that we crave for, and nothing else.
You know, I want to say this is just a message from a friend who's not, I mean, it's good to have all the feedback, right?
Yeah.
It's Jacob, a friend of ours who just smoked a Veil Prophet now. We're not even chatting with him. He texted us. He said, I think I'm in love. That's the,
Yeah.
right. That's the beauty of it. Yeah, people love to interact with the brand, with Fouad, with what's behind at the moment. It's like almost 7 o'clock and the guy is enjoying his cigar. He just thought, let me share this beautiful feeling. He said, I think I'm in love. Just now, isn't it beautiful?
I absolutely agree. And I think that's actually a very, very beautiful statement. A lot of times, you know, in a cigar environment, you know, we always assume, you know, the guys are rough and tough and, you know, we don't show emotions, but you'd be surprised how often you hear, man, I love this cigar. Like, it's like, oh man, I love this cigar. Oh, that's my favorite cigar. All of a sudden we become a little bit more in tune with our feelings when we're like, I love that cigar. Let me tell you all about it. I mean, I've had dudes that are like 400 pounds start like giggly. Oh my God, it's my favorite cigar. I'm like, dude, calm down, relax, you know? Oh yeah. One of our good friends, Kevin Thompson, big old boy, heart of gold. And he's just that guy that when he tells you, I love this cigar, you're like, Jesus, you're a monster. Mm-hmm. Look at you. You're like the size of like Shrek, you know, but he just opens up his heart in that moment. And it's like, you know, he means 100% he loves that cigar. And I adore that. That to me is like, it's one of the greatest paychecks you get when you're a tobacconist, you know. My friend Kerry's always said, Duncan, you've never sold an expensive cigar. You've always sold the right cigar.
Exactly. That's perfectly said.
You know, and
the cigar and the price. Sometimes you smoke a $5 cigar and you enjoy it. And yes, you may not get the experience of, let's say, the Liga, and I usually don't mention brand, but you're paying $5, and for $5 you got the value of it, and that's what counts at that moment.
I've had the pleasure of smoking some really beautiful cigars. Again, having worked in really great environments, Davidoff, Padrones, Ligas, Opus, the whole gambit. I've had the pleasure of smoking Cuban cigars up the yin yang. When the Behike 52 first came out in 2009 as the #1 cigar of the year, I was smoking it, and I always go back to it. It's not about the price. It has never been about the price. In those moments, it was the people around me, what I was sharing, how much commonality we were having, what was happening. And I can never forget any of those moments. I've had also the same experience. We sell a very humble house blend. And I tell everybody, I don't sell a great cigar. I don't sell a magnificent cigar. I don't even sell a wow factor cigar. I sell a good cigar. And if you're happy with that, man, I'm the happiest guy ever.
Absolutely. You know? And again, you're selling memories. You're selling people peace of mind. You're selling at that moment when you're smoking. Any guy that's smoking it at that moment and relaxing, probably during that relaxation, any person, most of us, will sit down and go through his day. What happened today? What went wrong? What was right? And you reflect on your day. And that's the difference between a cigar smoker and a cigarette smoker or tobacco smoker or any other tobacco smokers. We are not an addict. We smoke it because we want to smoke it. We smoke it when we want to smoke it.
On our terms.
When the cigarette or the other tobacco dictate to us that we need it right now. We're going to sit down. We're going to be with friends. I personally, 99% of the time, even as brand owner, I will not smoke a cigar unless I am with someone. and sit down and smoke with him, because that's what the cigar means to me: the friendship, the camaraderie, the stuff like this, and that's the same value that as a Mason would bring, the brotherhood. This is something that most people don't understand: the brotherhood of cigars, and definitely we have the brotherhood of Masons. And I always say we never created cigars, we never created Masonry, but we definitely mastered combining both of them together.
Absolutely. And again, I want to make something clear to those who are watching. It's true, everybody. The level of attractiveness just went down. It's okay. Don't anybody run. It's okay. The level of beauty just went down. Hopefully, when Fouad's beautiful wife comes back, we'll go back to again a harmonized and well-balanced show. For right now, it's just 4 ugly guys. I'm sorry, everybody. I apologize.
Said about the experience and the memories that you create with smoking. It brings me back to about this time last year. I was in Norway.
Great time. I mean, amazing, beautiful weather.
I was 800 or 1,000 feet above a city, and before I left, I came to Duncan. I said, Duncan, I want a good cigar to bring with me, something that I can enjoy. And he handed me, I can't remember exactly what it was he handed me, but was it a Lancero or it wasn't?
I think it was a regular one.
Similar.
Yeah.
So he handed me a cigar and he said, here, take these with you. And I remember sitting on this snow-covered mountain with 25 of my Marines around me, and I'm smoking this cigar. It's the middle of the night, and I could see all the lights of the city, and I'm thinking, it's just good. This is good right now. No matter how cold.
You will never forget that moment.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Real quick, let's talk about this cigar again. Mike, I know you're not feeling up too well, so I'm gonna skip you right now. Seamus, we're already well into the last third. What are your thoughts on the Curamos?
It's been a great cigar all the way through. It's burned great. There's not excess heat, so a lot of times when I smoke a cigar really fast, I'll get a lot of heat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that with this cigar, especially since I'm smoking as fast as I am, because like I said, it invites you to keep drawing on it.
Yeah, I agree with that, dude. Honestly, I do enjoy smoking slow. As you guys know, this, I'm literally at the verge of the last third. This size that you sent us, I think would be at least a 2 to 3 hour cigar for me, based upon how I smoke. And I smoke the same way I drink. I like a 1 ounce shot will last me 2 hours.
2 fingers.
Yeah, definitely two good fingers of American whiskey, or like that. That'll work too. I go to this. I think I just have to do a minor retouch with a lighter. Nothing insane. You know, every cigar in the world has that same shit.
I did not have to touch.
No, you did. But again, I'm going to that. It's again, any cigar will give you that.
Mm-hmm.
The draw is flawless. It's nice. Now, to your point, you're right. There is no heat. There's no insane amount of heat.
There's no excess heat.
Right. And I like that, because some cigars, they got this, you're chugging them or you're puffing too much and you get this bright heat, this bright cherry. I'm pulling full on to get a nice mouthful. And gentlemen, it's not giving me burn. It's giving me wonderful flavor.
You get the full flavor.
Yes.
And no heat with it.
I'm feeling it back here. Also, a little bit of that zing in the back of my throat. Very enjoyable.
Speaking of burning, there's actually, I took 2 pictures, one yesterday and one earlier today, that I actually meant to post them. I was burning my fingers. I was burning those Lanceros to the very end. I mean, I was about to get a pair of hemostats out, or a pick or something.
Hey, listen, do what you want to do. No one's going to judge you on that one. I have been known, and we, I don't know if you, but we have done this. We got pipes, and if the cigar's that damn good, it goes into the pipe.
Yeah, the pipe. I gotta try that. I have to try that.
I tell you, I'm gonna get rid of the cigar. I refuse. I refuse. If it's that good, it's gonna become ash in the pipe somewhere.
Yep.
What? I'm not gonna hold you much, man.
All right, that's okay. We're doing good.
words, any thoughts, anything positive you want to leave out to everybody right now, please, the floor is yours.
That's first I want to mention about the Kuramos. This is our first venture in Dominican Republic with PDR 8 Flores. So all our other cigars that were rolled at the Plasencia factory. This is our first venture of many to come. Right now we have 2 other lines that in the works. One of them that supposed to launch in April 1st, and it's for Cigar for Warriors. And it is
Nice.
specifically named Cigar for Warriors, not just some donation. The cigars, the box, the band will say Cigar for Warriors, and I think the name is going to be Live to Serve. That's what they chose to do it. And again, it's done with PDR. My final thought here, I want everybody to be open-minded. Go try every cigars in there. Don't get stuck with one cigar, no matter, even if it was Hiram and Solomon. Don't do that. There's so many beautiful blends in the market, so many beautiful, great cigars in the market. Open your horizon. Go smoke them. Don't be judgmental. If one cigar of that specific brand does not work for the first cigar, give it another shot.
Yep.
Because this is a handmade cigar, handmade product that anything can go wrong with it. It will do. Give it a chance. Give it a second try. If it doesn't work, I'll give you the respect. Go to another one. But don't judge cigar for just one specific cigar or a brand with that specific cigar. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the cigars and share the love.
That's fantastic. I'm going to add to that. I'm quite proud. We are working. We've been having some issues with our website. We have your full portfolio on our website. We're trying to make sure that we get the processor, which is Square, to sync properly. So the moment that happens, we will have all again of the Hiram and Solomon product lines 100% available to everybody. That being said, if you have questions, if you have doubts, if you have any thought, if you want anything, I am easy to reach. We have 3 different Facebook pages. We have the Dunkan Ramon Echevarria page, the Doña NOLI Cigar Shop page, Doña NOLI Cigars page. We are on YouTube under Los Tres Maduros, Periscope. We're on Twitch. We are on Twitter. We're pretty much everywhere that if it's a way that we can reach out to you, definitely let us know. Hey, we want to smoke Hiram and Solomon 100%. I will take care of you. I'm proud to say in this neck of the woods, I am a proud ambassador of your brand. I am looking
at an honor for us, Duncan. It's an honor for us.
To me, my goal eventually is to do far more for you because I believe that you have earned it. You deserve it from us. Everywhere I can, I will work diligently to put your brand there. I'm excited about what the future will hold. If anybody ever has anything questions-wise, man, he's not hard to get a hold of either. He's on social media. Let him know. Hey, Duncan sent me. Duncan told me to talk to you. Whatever you guys need.
I usually respond to every message, to every post. I'll repost every post that we're tagged on, as long as a decent post again.
And be respectful.
Be respectful, of course. And I'm available. My phone number, my cell phone number is on the website, not just the office number. My cell phone is on the website. I'm reachable anywhere, anytime. And
I can attest to that. I've called you and you've been out of the country and you said, Duncan, I'm not even in the U.S. for God's sakes. Wait until I get back. So
yeah, I was in Germany. I was in Germany. Yes.
Mikey, I know you're not feeling well. Any last words you want to leave us with today?
No, I actually did have a question though. You said that the Lancero, you're supposed to. It's a gentleman's cigar. Smoke it as such. Are you supposed to smoke the Napoleons the same way or no?
In a way, smoke it slower. A smaller ring gauge cigar, when you smoke it fast, it tends to heat up. And when the cigar heats up, technically, it gives you that bad feeling.
Okay.
So, yes, so Lancero, small ring cigar, take your time. It's the same as smoking a big cigar. Take a smaller puffs, enjoy your time, give the cigar rest, let it cool, smoke it again, and enjoy it. That's it. It's
be gentle, you gorilla. You. Speaking of gorillas in the mist, Seamus, anything you want to leave the good folks with?
Not really a whole lot. If you haven't had a Hiram and Solomon cigar, you should definitely try one.
Yep.
Talk to Duncan, talk to Fouad. They'll point you in the right direction. If you're a beginner or if you've been smoking for 30 years, I'm sure they could find the right blend for you guys.
Absolutely. You got a beautiful portfolio of great blends. I'm looking forward to what comes out of PDR. I am familiar with that brand. I've worked with them in the past. Good people. Abe is a fantastic individual. Again, you know, people will talk and I wipe myself well. People say I look at solid humans. You know, good, amazing, wonderful people. Abe Flores is a fantastic guy as well. Again, you're not going to go wrong with that. I'm 100% behind what you just said. My last thought is curamos. Beautiful Latin phrase that says so much. In Spanish, it means we will cure you. We'll cure you of your stress. We'll cure you of your anxieties. We'll help you relax. It goes into caring. We care. They care. They did this. So what a beautiful, beautiful choice of words to name this new flagship in the Dominican Republic that I think is going to be the start of a wonderful, wonderful transition of what you're doing. I'm excited about that.
Thank you. And the proceed of this specific cigar de Curamos is going to go to Shriner Hospital and dyslexic centers.
Even better, man. Even again, there is just so much in there. There is just so much in everything you do. Again, thank you. That's
thank you.
The thing I can say. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, on behalf of the three of us, man, you know, thank you very much. To all of you guys who have been watching, real quick in Spanish, muchísimas gracias a todo el mundo que ha estado mirando hasta ahora. De verdad que estamos en su deuda. We are in your debt for those who are watching. If you have remained throughout this whole show and watched this show, you guys are legends. You guys are exactly who we love, and you are our family. Thank you very, very, very much for all that you guys do. Our shows are getting better. They're getting more exciting. This coming Saturday, we're going to do our next pre-recorded installment. We had a fun one that we posted on Monday. If you haven't seen it, it's called Los Tres Maduros, the reboot. Tons of quirky music and images are in there so you can laugh a lot about us and what we do. So that's always what we tell everybody. If we at least made you laugh and have a good time, then we succeeded. That's the biggest thing, man.
Absolutely.
This world, it needs more laughter, in my opinion. And, you know, the three of us, we're okay with you laughing at us, guys. That works. Thank you once again, Fouad.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to be in front of people and explain our brand. And thank you for the time. And thank you for everyone who's listened or will listen later.
Always. Thank you very, very much. And on behalf of all of us, remember, everybody, smoke well because we do. God bless you all. Take care.
Have a good night.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Got it.